Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Next time you look into the sky, it might be a LiDAR survey drone. Survey is the practice of examining a site that is being prepared for a civil engineering project, and a existing map is needed of the site to be able to move forward in the design process. What we've decided to do is add new technologies to drones to make this survey process even faster. This changes the civil engineering world forever. During this speech, today we'll be understanding the fact of LiDAR drone survey through the facts, the future of this industry, and an analogy to make it easier to understand. So what is a LiDAR equipped survey drone? Also called a UAV. A LiDAR-equipped survey drone uses LiDAR and photogrammetry to record and output data of a certain site that is being reviewed for civil engineers. It doesn't have a single tool on it, but many that is all incorporated in the data that it's recording. The drone is basically a miniature survey crew. Without having to have the entire crew there, it can fly over around 2 hours and record over 3,500 images to upload them into a high-res 3D model, according to Witcher.com from 2022. This is faster and safer, as well as putting no workers in danger, as many survey sites are undeveloped or have existing infrastructure on them that may not always be safe. The LiDAR and the photogrammetry layered complement each other, having a combined resolution which allows the civil engineers to directly work on established topography. So this already is a little bit of the future, but this technology is being developed as we speak. What is the future of this technology? We're looking at crew-manned drones, but in the future we have seen autonomous drones, and it's a lot closer than you think. Autonomous drones would allow for no human interaction, which would decrease total error, as well as implementing drone fleets, or swarms as they're called, that are able to work simultaneously together at the same time to complete survey documents faster. If one drone can have over 3,500 images, how many could a fleet have? This would fill in a lot of gaps that the survey drones may have to begin with. Modern projects now can span hundreds of miles, such as tech stock projects. Having fleets of drones would make the survey process much faster and much easier. Like I said earlier, there's no coverage gaps and exponentially more data. So this real-time data would be a lot more useful for these large projects versus having one or two drones. And believe it or not, having these drones are cheaper than the existing crews. Once they're set up, the autonomy and without a technician, they do the job on their own without having any part of human interaction. As well, we can use survey drones for constant monitoring on existing sites, not just survey. Inspection crews have to continuously monitor sites to look for any cracks or any parts of the site that may be not fully developed. However, fleets of survey drones could constantly monitor the site to see if there's any mishaps or any problems, and be able to relay the information a lot quicker and a lot cheaper than an inspection crew could. Now, this all sounds fine and dandy, but what does this actually mean? And with someone that's not exactly in the civil engineering degree, it may seem a little bit confusing. Luckily, there's a pretty good analogy that allows you to look into the lives of the people who work on these survey drones and establish an understanding that is a lot easier than looking at the cold hard facts and definitions. So similar to how survey drones equipped with LiDAR advance the civil engineering practice, the microscope advanced scientist practice while looking into cells and microscopic anatomy. It's a very similar process. Scientists went from the naked eye and maybe a magnifying glass to microscopes. New tools equals new questions, and now surveyors can do the same. When you have new questions, you have new solutions, which allows for surveyors to find the answers to questions they didn't even know existed. If you fly more often, you obviously capture more data. Survey crews are expensive and can happen irregularly. As a civil engineer, I have waited on survey reports and has halted entire processes. However, when you have these drones, it speeds up the entire process by getting in survey data, which allows for the continuation of the project. Just as a scientist is able to see in the microscopic range, these drones can see up to the millimeter range, which decreases the uncertainty of the entire project. So just as the microscope advanced scientists' view into biology and anatomy, the LiDAR-equipped survey drones furthered civil engineering into a new world of expedited survey crews and easier processes. So in conclusion, LiDAR drones might just be the future of survey and civil engineering as a whole. With its multiple sensors and brand new technology, development is already in motion and the future is already ahead of us. So next time you do look up into the sky, it's not a bird, not a plane. It might just probably be a drone.